Hey guys, this is Jessica, and today I'm doing another keto friendly recipe. A couple weeks ago I did my chicken Alfredo in the Crockpot, and it's also a dupe for the cheddars. I will have a link somewhere in one of these corners for it if you want to check out that video. But since I'm on a keto diet, I cannot have noodles. So I figured a good alternative would be to use spaghetti squash. So I'm going to show you how I do it with spaghetti squash. Of course, this is my first time ever cooking spaghetti squash, so we're gonna see how it turns out. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it turns out okay. So it's almost time for me to start getting cooking, so let's head to the kitchen and get this recipe started. But before we do that, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you like this video. And also, if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click that bell right next to it so you get notified of whenever I post new videos. So let's get this healthy chicken Alfredo going. 2 chicken breasts, and the recipe calls 2 to 3, but I'm just going to be using 2 right now. So now we're just going to put all of our seasoning in. So first we want 4 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning. Now we want half a teaspoon of lemon pepper. We want half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm just using some pink Himalayan salt because it's way better. 1/4 a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/4 a teaspoon of pepper. Break up 4 tablespoons of butter. This is Kerrygold butter, and we're just going to lay it on top of the chicken. I'm just going to take one of these little cartons of heavy whipping cream, and this holds about 2 cups, and that's what we need for our serving size. So now we're just going to pour this over the chicken and the butter and all those lovely spices. We're going to put our lid on, and we're going to put it on high, and we're going to let it cook for about 2.5 hours. So next I'm gonna get my squash ready. The squash takes about 40 minutes to cook, so about halfway through with this, we will get started on the squash. So now we have our spaghetti squashed, and I rinsed it all off. So now what I'm gonna do is I am just going to cut the top and the bottom off, just so it's easier for us to cut it down the middle. So a little tip, like I said, this is the first time I'm making spaghetti squash. So I got it open, and this is what it should look like. It's very similar to a pumpkin. It has guts and seeds in it and everything. When you take your knife, get a big enough knife to where it will fit all the way across the squash, and then putting your hand on one side and then your other hand on the handle, you just want to rock back and forth. That's the easiest way to get these suckers open. We have all of our seeds and guts, everything, so now I'm just going to take a spoon, or you can use your hands, and we're just going to get all of the guts out like a pumpkin you would. guts and stuff out, this is what you should have. And this is the part that becomes the spaghetti squash. So now I'm just gonna do this other side, and then I'll show you what I do after I clean them out and everything. So now I'm just going to brush this oil on it. So now I'm just gonna season it with a little bit of pepper, some pink Himalayan salt, and some garlic powder. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the squash, and it's all seasoned, and we're gonna place it flesh side down. So all the side that we've been working on, we're gonna just put it face down, and we're gonna let these cook for 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, so our chicken has been cooking for 2.5 hours. So now I'm just going to shred the chicken. You can either shred it or you can just cut it in slices, but I like it shredded. Okay, so the chicken is shredded. So I'm just gonna put it on low, and we're gonna top it with some Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna oh crap, I just burned myself. We're just gonna sprinkle a good layer of cheese on top. And actually, I'm gonna turn this off, and we're just gonna put the top back on so that cheese can melt. Okay, so here's what the squash looks like out of the oven. So I'm just gonna flip them over, and we're gonna start making the spaghetti strings. Whenever you flip it over, this is what it should look like. You're gonna see some brown caramelization and everything. So I just have a bowl I'm gonna put all the spaghetti in. So now I'm just gonna take a fork, and as you can see, it's just gonna start breaking apart. The spaghetti squash out that I could, and look how much that makes, guys. You will have leftovers for a while. So don't forget, you can keep these, and if you're having a dinner party or whatever, you can keep the noodles in there and just put like the toppings on top. You know, it could be like a little bowl. You know, you could put taco stuff on top. You could put lasagna, like we're doing chicken Alfredo. You know, you could use it as a vessel for just about anything. Also, if you do soup, you know, just pour the soup in there. That's a good idea too. And the chicken and the sauce. So let's see how this tastes. Okay, so let's give this a try and see if it tastes good. Again, this is my first time making spaghetti squash, so let's give it a go. Okay, so we got some chicken, we got everything. Okay. It's good. I mean, look. It's not pasta, okay? But this is a healthier version of it. The squash is like It's like a firm spaghetti. It's not one of these like really loose spaghetti. It does have bite to it. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. When you're used to eating certain foods and you're used to it tasting the way it should taste and it doesn't, it takes a little bit for you to get accustomed to it. Would I make this again? Yeah, I would make it again. It's good. It's spicy. Really good kick to it. The chicken is really tender. And the squash is really good. So yeah. Plus you will have leftovers for days, I'm telling you. So yeah. So if you like this recipe, it will be down below along with all the macros and everything like that. And if you want to see more recipes like this, definitely give my video a thumbs up so I know to do more recipes. And yeah, so, and if you do try out this recipe, definitely leave a comment down below and tell me what your thoughts are about it, and you know, what different ways you like to eat your spaghetti squash. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye guys.